Juan-o's word.
My baby mama trip, she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave.
I sent a message to Joe Budden's podcast.
Okay.
Crickets. Nothing. Mm-hmm. But who's that Mark, the guy, the political
Marc
guy?
Lamont.
Let me tell you something. I'd destroy that dude.
Yeah. I
would destroy him. Not physically, but in
I
a
understand
debate.
what you're saying.
Because you don't even know me. But you call me an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I look at...
Well, shots fired. Shots fired. Now, Brian McKnight could be a little bit of what he was called. We ain't really here to debate that. You know what I'm saying? But being an a-hole or a D, you know, a lot of people have these personality or characteristic traits. But what Brian McKnight been getting dragged for, and I admit, I was one of them people like, man, gee whiz, this a horrible guy. When I heard, what I was hearing. But when I hear his side of it, he sounded a little less of a horrible dude. And that's more or less the point. Now, him being an a-hole or not is debatable. You know what I'm saying? But calling him a horrible father or a deadbeat, not so much. And as a father myself, when I first heard this, it's like, yeah, it's nothing my son could do that would make me cut him off. And then my son got in high school. And he tested me. It is things a kid can do to make you need to cut him off. Especially when you have a couple of dollars that may be working against you being a father. Because it work a little different for daughters, but when it comes to sons, especially in the suburbs, it's no telling what's going on sometimes. It's no telling.
Marc Lamont Hill, there's a segment of people that are what I like to call, they like to champion themselves as intellectuals, right? And that they truly believe that they're smarter than everybody else. Mm-hmm. But I don't really believe that because I never see the results.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It never translates, right? So
I see people hand him his I see people handing him his ass all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to.
I guess it translates into money and entertainment and a job for them. But I damn sure get Anton's point. Because a lot of these people that you may deem themselves or present themselves as intellectuals, they are representing and promoting some things that's counterproductive to us as a people and a culture. That's a fact.
Easy to say that, I'm the smartest guy in the room, but it doesn't necessarily translate into results, right? So I decided that I would do stuff on my own and that I would have the conversations authentically with people that I actually value. All of these different type of people that run with a narrative but doesn't necessarily seek the truth. Do you think that they have a greater responsibility on their platforms to be not only entertaining, but also objectively try to find the truth to have these conversations, especially when they have the opportunity to reach out to you and it's not like you're hard to find?
I think that absolutely they do. And I'll tell you.
Yeah, they do. But then what you got to realize is a lot of the people that he's referring to, they got shady pasts. They got kids out of wedlock. They got kids that they turn their back on. Some of these guys got RAPE cases. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys got domestic violence cases, all type of things. So it's cool to diss anybody that's not you. It's cool to not get the background on any story that's not relative to your story. Because at least that keep people from talking about you for that moment. But the fact of the matter is, generally, it's like they pick the worst of us to represent all of us because it's not a mistake that everybody in a certain position got a bold story, bold past, bold history behind them. That's not mistaken. It's not by mistake, rather.
Why? One of the reasons why the average watcher or listener is the way that they are is because they see and idolize the people that are acting the way that they do.
Right.
So why would they be any different? Why would they seek the truth? Why would they look for the truth if the people that they put up on a pedestal don't look for the truth either?
Right.
They're more responsible than anyone because they've got the bigger platform.
That's a fact.
So when I go out and I call somebody out about it and they don't reach back, that just tells me you're a coward, that you don't have the intestinal fortitude to sit here with me.
That means you don't have the guts. And bigger than Brian McKnight's personal situation, I damn sure get what he's saying, because look at all of the problems look at all the problems these cities are having from the legislation as related to the migrants. Chicago about to go bankrupt in a worse way, because they don't even own some of their bridges. They don't own their parking meters. They don't own a lot of things that a city should own that creates revenue. And they're on their way to going bankrupt because of the migrant situations. But you have all of these people with platforms telling you something very different, speaking to you in a manner of which that's not going to allow them to have the best results for their situation. That's a problem. And that's all the black people that's going to be affected by that, because the black people can't afford to move. Yet and still your biggest black platforms is telling you to act and think in a way that's counterproductive to you. All that migrant money, look how much they're taxing the residents of Chicago. Those were Democratic policies. Now the residents of Chicago have had their taxes, their property taxes, go up 100% in this year alone. But they went up last year too on them. Now they're not getting more city services for this money. But the property taxes keep extending exponentially. Why? To take care of people that don't even have legal status? But all of these big black platforms is telling you that's okay. But your little black family members are being affected in a negative way. But they ain't saying nothing about it. You can't blame Trump for that one. But they are. And it ain't his fault and his problem. But he damn sure been trying to help. And these big black platforms been telling you to fight that. Come on now. That's why everybody lost their SNAP benefits. So the state can see. It was bad, but it was a trick. It was the cleanest way to do it. So the state can see who deserve to be getting them benefits and who don't. Now you got to reapply, recertify, re-identify. And if you ain't who you supposed to be, then good riddance. Understandably so.
Right.
Because you know I'm smarter than you. And you know that I have a truth that you don't want to actually get to.
I think that another part of it, though, is that they pander into their audience.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How can we expect the audience to get smarter?
I don't think they want them to. I don't think they want them to.
And that's the problem with this whole situation. The availability to tear down a black man for no reason is too prevalent. And that's why these YNs, as y'all like to call them, that's really y'all sons, my son, that's why they don't want no parts in none of this, because you really could do everything right. And the first wrong thing anybody hear about you, then everybody believes it. And what does that make your life worth if you devoted your life to being an upstanding dude, and the first time somebody that done wrong speaks wrong on you, now that's the narrative. That's a problem. What does that make it worth? Now, some of y'all advise some of y'all to check out this Brian McKnight interview because I look at dude in a little bit of a different light now. I may not agree with everything he did and done, but I damn sure understand. And as a parent of a teenager, I can damn sure tell you, when you able to buy clothes, cars, they got their own room in the burbs and all of these different things. Just because you teach your child the right thing to do and how they're supposed to carry themselves does not mean they do that when you're not around. And that's just a fact. We out.